Hi, it's Chris. Today I'm going to show you how to install a new electronic control board in your Whirlpool washer. Fairly easy repair, and I'll take you through the steps. So to install our control board, we're going to start by removing the knob, and that's just to get our fingers on the top and bottom and some outward pressure, and that knob just slips right off. We'll set it to one side. Now we're going to go to the back of the machine and remove the back panel. First, we'll start by removing this access panel. Let's set it to one side. Now we'll remove the back cover, and it's held with just 1/4-inch sheet metal screws, and they're all the same, so there's no worry about mixing them up. And we can remove that back panel and set it to one side. So with the back panel off, the next thing we're going to do is tip our console forward. And to do that, we do it from the front of the machine. So now we just take our putty knife and we're going to insert it just under the console, between the metal top, like that. We're just going to push inwards and tip back. What we're doing is releasing a locking tab, and we'll do the same on the other side. Slipping that putty knife in, a little forward pressure. With the top now free and clear, we're just going to tip it backward and then roll it forward. To change this electronic control, we need to remove some of the wires. So our harness is held in place in a couple spots, one right here. I'll just slip those wires out from under the tab. Also, they have a little hook there to keep them up in place. We'll slip them out of there. Now we have all these blocks to remove. They're all color-coded, and they all only fit one way, so you don't have to worry about what goes where or how it fit in. It'll go just fine. So we're going to move our harness away from that hook, and that hook as well. On this first connector, we're just going to give some upward pressure on that tab, take hold of it, and wiggle it out of the board. You'll see we have some wires that are held by a string relief. I'm just going to take a little blade screwdriver, insert it into that, and release it, allowing those wires to come free. So for these ones, there is a locking tab here and here. So what we want to do is just pull that tab back to release it and wiggle our harness out of place. Just like that. And the same thing for the black one. Just pull that tab upward. Lay that down to make it a little easier. Just pull that tab and wiggle the harness out of place. Just like that. Now they're free and clear. We have one more harness down here. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to lift that tab. So we just want to lift that connector. And just wiggle the harness out. We also have what we call an air line. This is a tube that goes from your tub up to your pressure switch that's on your board. So as your water level comes in, it actually sends air pressure up and tells the switch when to stop filling with water. So we need to remove that, and we're just going to grasp the water level hose and just gently wiggle it off the control, and you're free and clear. A couple more connectors to remove. One here in this tab, you just press downward on. And wiggle the connector out of the timer. There we go. This one, the locator tab is on the bottom. Again, just squeeze that and wiggle your connector out of the board. Last one is your main power cord. And it has a tab here on the left-hand side that you just need to push in. And wiggle that connector out of the board. There we go. So you'll see that your harnesses are secured to the timer with these tie clips. And we just need to wiggle those out by just giving some outward pressure and just wiggle them back and forth as we pull, and they'll come right out. Just like that. With all your connectors removed and your pressure line, just need a pair of needle nose pliers. You just want to squeeze this metal lock, and that frees the board from the console. Same thing on the other. Just give it a squeeze, and away you go. And you can see why that protective pad was good to have there, because the console likes to jump away from you. And now you can dispose of your old control and install your new one. Just a reverse of the process. Finding your locating tab here at the bottom of your new control. Just set it into that slot right here. And there, your board is now secured back into your console, and we're ready now to start reattaching our harnesses. So just working backwards, we'll install the one for our power cord. And like I say, it's you can't install it the opposite way. It'll only go one way. Just push it in and insert it tightly until you hear that little click of the latch grabbing a hold. Black harness into the black connector. Red harness into the red connector. We'll now attach our pressure line by just pushing straight onto the fitting on the control. So with all our electrical connections made, we're just going to install our strain release just by pushing them into the board. And you just wiggle them in, same as you had to wiggle them out. This one as well. Now we're just going to reattach the console to the machine. And what we want to do here is just take these hooks that are in the corner, tip the console back so that they lock into this opening on both sides. Once they're secured in place, we're just going to rock the console forward firmly, and now it's secured. Tuck our wires up out of the way, and we can put our back panel on now. So we just put our screws back into place, install our access panel. And snug up the screws. The back panel back on, console's in place. We now return to the front of the machine. We'll want to put our knob onto our new control. And it's very easy. There is a flat spot just inside the knob and a flat spot on the control itself. And we'll just want to line those up and slide the knob on into place. Now you're all set to reconnect your machine, the power and the water, and your repair will be complete.